Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the ThreeZero MDLX Autobot Optimus Prime Vintage Animation Edition. Here in the US, these are exclusive to Big Bad Toy Store. Unfortunately, Optimus Prime is actually sold out, so he was a popular one. There's a couple of others in the Vintage Animation Editions that are currently in stock, like Bumblebee and Megatron. Optimus Prime is sold out, but we're going to review it for you guys and see how it is. This is my, I don't do a whole lot of Transformers. In fact, in this review, the only Transformer I have to do a comparison is the new Transformers 1 Optimus Prime Deluxe Studio Series figure, and you can see he's going to be a lot smaller. But we're going to check out this MDLX figure. Now, the MDLX versus the DLX. DLX is a bigger in size. I think there's some die-cast and things like that. The MDLX is actually going to be a little bit smaller scale, cheaper price. You get 7-inch versus the 11-inch of like the DLX figures for Transformers. So that's what we got going on here. But again, the Vintage Animation Editions are exclusive to Big Bad Toy Store in the US. So looking at the package, we get that old school vintage Transformers look to it. We get a look at Optimus Prime there. It says freedom is the right of all sentient beings. 3-0 says function commander. We get a look at the figure there. Look at the figure on the back as well, celebrating the 40th anniversary of Transformers. There. Some more looks at the figure there on the side. So let's go ahead and get this thing open and take a look at Optimus Prime. Okay, so here we have Optimus out of the package, and he is pretty good. There's a lot of articulation. I think it's listed as 45 points of articulation. There's no way I'm going to catch all 45 of those in here, but there's a lot of good movements, and the figure just feels really good. Like, he feels solid. I feel like if you have a regular Transformers, you know, the ones that actually transform, they don't feel as sturdy because, you know, there's a lot of moving parts and it's got to like shift around. There's, I don't know, I guess it's called kibble. So you got like this red spot because things have to like snap into place. You get weird like metal like pins and things like that. You know, they just don't feel the same, if that makes sense. And I know Transformers collectors probably understand what I'm saying and probably also hate what I'm saying at the same time, because transforming's hard. They're like, it's difficult. I like bots that don't have to transform, and that's just a personal thing for me because transforming Transformers is really difficult. I try to look at instructions and it makes it really hard for me. You know, when they had the red line, the robots, the robot enhanced design Walmart exclusive line, I like that line. I had a few of them up until a time, and then I just kind of got rid of them because I didn't really need any Transformers in my collection. But you know, the opportunity here with Big Bad Toy Store to check out this MDLX 3-0 Optimus Prime, you know, I took a chance because you got to have a good Optimus Prime in your collection. I think you need to have at least one, and I think this is definitely going to be it. You know, the DLX ones would be really nice because I think there's some die-cast in there. They're a larger size, but you know, for a smaller scale and a better price, these MDLX figures are definitely really cool. So let's go ahead and get in for a closer look at Optimus, and then let's see his accessories and things like that. Okay, so Optimus, looking at the accessories, you have the Matrix of Leadership here. That looks pretty good. Just a little gray plastic, some yellow, and some blue paint in there. We get the Energon Axe, as you can see here, and this looks pretty good. Size-wise is good. It does have a little bit of a gradient paint, so yellow into orange to kind of give it that glow effect. Sculpt-wise, the details are pretty nice, as you can see there. That looks really good. And then we get his Ion Blaster. And this thing is pretty good. It's just all in black plastic, you know, not a whole lot going on for it. But it looks pretty good in terms of sculpt and whatnot. So that we have that. We also have 6 pairs of hands. So out of the package, he has fists on, but I have these grip hands for the Matrix of Matrix of Leadership. And then the other hands he has, so those grip hands, he's got fists. Then he's got trigger finger hands for that Ion Blaster. There. He's got these 2 fingers out hands, and he's got a left and a right for this. We get the wide open hands. He's also got a left and a right for this. And then we got another grip hand. This will be more for like the axe there, because he wouldn't be able to hold the Matrix of Leadership with this one. Paint wise is really good. We get like panel lining or a little bit of a wash, in between like the fingers and stuff. A little bit of black, so that's actually really nice detail in there. We do get instructions on here on, you know, how to kind of move the figure around, so you do want to kind of take a look at that. So you have the hands, you can see relax, posed for holding blaster, matrix leadership for holding the axe, and then for holding the creation matrix, you got the energon axe, ion blaster. As you can see there, you can actually remove this front piece and then put the matrix in there. You can see that the shoulder can go all the way out. You can bend the elbows significantly. You can kind of move the waist around, the hip movement, all of that stuff is actually in the instruction sheet there. But we want to take a look at Optimus. This is the vintage animation, so it looks like we got some cell shade type look here on the windshield portion of his chest, and that looks pretty good. The awesome thing about this, the paint is incredible on here, because we get like panel lining all throughout. So as you can see, I don't know if they just like did a wash or how they do that, but in all this sculpted line work in there, you get some black paint in there to really bring out those details, which is really, really nice. Big old gray color there. It looks like, again, a little bit of a wash, kind of bringing out some of the details in there, so it doesn't have a super clean look, but I really like the way it kind of came out looking. Like, even in the back, it's just all very detailed, very good looking. There. His feet kind of throughout. Yeah, just looks really good. Now, the chest piece, I don't know how this comes out. We just kind of pull it. Yeah, you just pull it there. You got there. Looks like it's magnetized. Then you got the matrix. So we're going to put that matrix right on in there. It doesn't clip in. It just kind of stays there, I guess. Yeah, it just kind of holds there. It doesn't like clip in or anything like that. It probably, I guess it holds on there pretty good. And then we could put this chest piece back on there. Yep, that's magnetized, so that you saw that it went like immediate. There's when it falls out. So once you take that chest piece off, it's gonna fall out. But bam, like so. Looks really good. Head sculpt looks really good. Sculpted very nicely there. Got the exhaust. Yeah, Optimus came out looking really, really good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation. Okay, so the MDLX figures, we still get a bunch of articulation. So the head, you can move the head all around. You get some good pivot. You can swivel in there, which is nice. He can look up significantly, as you can see there. And then looking down, he can do that quite nicely as well. So that is really good. You got a butterfly joint in there, so you can get the arm. You can see that. It doesn't allow for a whole lot going back, but you do get some good movement in there to do some crossbody, which is really, really nice. You can see the shoulder pad can kind of move up and stuff. And then the way the shoulder works, you kind of have to work the shoulder out to be able to get that arm to go straight on out like so. But once you get it, you could do it. And then you can see it's kind of far out. You can kind of work that shoulder like back in to where it's kind of flush with the body, as you can see there. Full rotation in there, which is nice. You got an upper bicep swivel in there. You get a double jointed elbow like so. It gives you that much bend there, which is nice. The hands all are on a ball joint, as you can see, a wrist peg. So ball joint, so you can get some circular motion and kind of hinge it around as needed. There's not a huge range, so just a heads up on that though. The torso, so the torso articulation, you get a swivel at that waist, and you have a little bit of an ab crunch, so you can actually go back a little bit, but that kind of has him standing up fairly tall. And then coming forward, he can come that far forward. It kind of clicks into place almost. Oh, and I think that's because the way the waist worked. Hold on, let me see. Oh yeah, it's just because of this fitting over the body itself was kind of how it clicked over. But you can crunch forward that much, so that is pretty good. You got some pieces here that kind of move out. They're a little bit rubbery, and that's to allow some better movement on those hips, which is great. So you can get the legs to go out super far apart, as you can see there. So that is pretty insane. You can kick forward very, very far for Optimus, which is nice. You can move the leg back slightly there, which is cool. You got an upper thigh cut in there right at that hip joint. You have a double jointed knee, so it gives you that much bend there at the knee. You have foot pivot. As you can see, you got some flappy parts that kind of allow some additional movement, you know, around. You can move that up to get that foot to hinge up a little bit, and then back you got that flap there to get your foot to hinge down a little bit. Not a huge amount, but you can do some. So you just have to really work it, but really good pivot in there. That's interesting. They put a ThreeZero logo right there at the bottom, and then this one says Hasbro. So yeah, really good articulation on the MDLX Optimus Prime. It's pretty incredible. Like I don't know enough to mess with like Hasbro Transformers, but there's no way this moves as much as that. Like there's no torso articulation on this guy. You got to swivel, but there's no ab crunch or anything like that. So it just, plus this just looks so much better than, this guy. Not that I hate this. It's just, when look at that bot. He looks awesome. This guy, not so much. Okay, so having some fun kind of working Optimus Prime a little bit. He grips the Ion Blaster quite nicely there with the trigger finger hands, so that is pretty cool. And you can kind of pose him out, in different looks to kind of have him on the attack mode. So a lot of fun with that. Okay, so here's a really fun one, even with the axe, because with the crossbody, you can actually get him to grip the axe quite nicely, so he can have like a little overhand swing. So that actually is really cool. Okay, so some comparisons with, not really some, I guess just the one comparison. Here I have the ThreeZero MDLX Iron Man Mark 50. Now keep in mind this Optimus is the MDLX, which puts the MDLX at a 7-inch for the Transformers. The DLX Optimus, I think, is listed as 11 inches. So that's where we get, that's what, the difference in size in terms of the DLX versus an MDLX. Plus, DLX is going to have some diecast, whereas the MDLX is not, keeping the price point a little bit lower. So here we have the Optimus. Optimus is a whole lot of fun. I failed to mention that the waist is on a ball joint, so he can tilt a little bit to the left and the right. And then, like, the leg can kind of move forward a little bit and can move back. So crazy articulation on this Optimus Prime. He feels very sturdy, like he's lightweight, but look, I'm grabbing it by the leg there, and it's not like tilting over. It doesn't want to fall or anything like that. So very good construction, very sturdy. You guys let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of this MDLX Optimus Prime? Again, he unfortunately is sold out at Big Bad Toy Store. It is a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive, but the vintage animation editions, Megatron and Bumblebee, are both in stock currently. So make sure to check out Big Bad Toy Store for all your action figure needs, including the ThreeZero Transformers, whether you're looking for the MDLX figures or the DLX figures. I'll have links in the video description below. But you guys let me know, what do you think of this ThreeZero MDLX Optimus Prime Vintage Animation Edition? Let me know what you guys think of the ThreeZero Transformers versus Hasbro Transformers in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.